Gonna need the bee tree today. Oh, hey, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. That video being working on this guy right here. That's the Flakpanzer Gepard by Tamiya. Very old kit, yet it's one I wanted to build for many, many years. As a kid, I loved this thing. So let's get on with it, shall we? Okay, so we finished off the lower hull last time. Okay, got the wheels on there, got the back part on, and we started working on the upper hull. We got a few things put on this side, and we got some things put on the front, and so we are going to continue building this. So we finished page 1, and so we're moving on to page 2, which is still more upper hull stuff. So we don't need the lower hull right now, and so we're going to continue on, and we're going to do upper hull stuff. Basically, looks like we're going whoop and turning it around, and we're going to start working on that. Alrighty. Alrighty, so I'm going to switch the camera up, put it to the overhead one, and yeah, we will continue our build. Alright, so let me switch here. Hello, back to overhead. So we need some stuff off of our bee tree, as you kind of may have overheard me talking to myself. So they want me to put the rail on, but I don't want to put the railing on yet. We didn't put the railing on the other side, so why are we putting it on this side right away? I don't care. I'm not doing that yet, because I got tracks to put on. I like to do the railing almost last. So let's look at the front here and see what we got. So we got B8, 30, and 17. Now, just to help myself out, I'm going to change my glasses, because I don't need to see a mile away. I need to see up close. Alright, so B30 is this guy here. And then we got B8, it's this guy here. And B17, this long guy here. Alright, so let's start with these three. Clean them up, and let's get them put on. Oh, this is a hatch cover. That's kind of weird. I don't see a hatch on the front. Oh, it covers this hatch. That's really strange. We got a hatch covering a hatch. That's unique. And then we got this guy. He's just simply covering something else. I don't know what it is. We'll find out soon enough. And then this guy, not sure what the purpose is. Okay, where's my glue? There's my glue. So this guy's gonna go on here. Oh, it goes just like that. It's kind of like just added armor almost, for lack of a better term. Extra protection for the hatch. Just sits like that. Done. Okay, moving over to this guy. He's going to go on this far edge here. 2 locator pins. He's going to sit just like that. Okay. just sits. Just sits. Sit down. There you go. Almost interfering with that piece I put on yesterday, but that's alright. Okay, then we have this guy. We want our 3 little nub things facing downward. So we got 2 locator pins. We're going to go here and here. Look at the size of these holes in comparison to those pins. I mean, what was Tamiya thinking back then to make the hole so huge? I'm just going to use my thin on here. Just do that because it's really overkill. Like the size of the hole compared to the pin going in it, it's just crazy huge, unnecessarily big. But anyway, so that's those. Now we need A8, and where are they gonna go? Well, those look like they go on these little guys here. I don't know if they actually are mirrors. They're telling me to paint them black, so I doubt if they're mirrors. So A number 8. Yeah, they have to be mirrors. They just have to be. All right. These are 2 mirrors. They are both the same. There is no left and right, and so I'm thankful for that, because that allows me to put the nub side down as I try to line it up on there. There is a hole for the pin to go through, so I'm just going to let it sit like that. Level it out here as best I can and leave it like that. Let the glue do its thing. I am going to regret this. I already know that. Which makes me want to ask myself, if I know that I'm going to regret this, why am I still bothering to glue this one on? Because I'm hoping that I don't actually break them off. Even though I know I probably am going to break them off. Here's a better look at them if you want. Right there, right there. And the instructions actually have them pointing down instead of back. So I could do that, but it kind of interferes with the actual canopy with the actual hull. So I'll just leave them like that. I imagine with masking and as I'm building other things on it and stuff like that, I'm probably going to wind up breaking it off and have to re-glue it later. I'm already anticipating that. So yeah, but I'll worry about that then. Okay, so we got to take B27 and cover up this hole. It's similar fashion to this one. We got to do it on this side also. So B27. We also got another exhaust port over on this side. So let's get that off of there too. There's 27 right here. Okay, so we'll take care of those first. Grabbing my trusty razor file to clean this. Just for efficiency's sake, get both nubs done at the same time. Done. This one I don't technically have to clean up because where the nubs are is underneath, so that's fine. So this one was going to be a little bit tricky, just like the other side was. Got to get it lined up here. You want to have it flush and sitting there. See, this one didn't even stay flush. This one caved in on me. This one didn't stay where it's supposed to. So I'm a little disappointed in that. This side is cooperating and wants to be friendly. So definitely a better fit on this side. So how do I fix the other side? I do have a clamp. I'm going to try my big clamp here and see if that'll work. If this will clamp it down, see, of course, the trick is clamping it in a place where you're not going to glue the clamp, but also give you enough glue or enough space to glue it. See, it's just lifted up in here. I'll try and show you on the camera. That piece there is supposed to be flat. It's supposed to be right against it like that. Right? You see that movement? So that makes the outside angle kind of funny looking. So that's why I'm going to throw some glue in here. And then put the clamp on. Okay, and we'll see. Hopefully that'll hold. So, while that's drying, I'm going to continue on this side. Oops, hit my mouse. Sorry about that. So this has to go on this side, in there like that. Just like the other side did. Just like so. Okay, so that's that. Now, we need a bunch of other panels. We got B7, and then 13, 14, and 31. In that order, going in these spots here, here, and here, and here. Okay? Bing, 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 bing. These look like cargo boxes. So starting with B7, let's turn this around so I can read. B7 is the furthest back. Then we went 13 and 14. And finally 31. This guy here. Alright, so that's those. And then we're going to need B20, but we'll get there in a minute. Because I've got to clean these up. I don't know how exposed these little sections are going to be once the skirting goes on the side. So I just want to make sure they are all nice and clean before I actually do anything with them. Keeping them in the order they're supposed to be in. Based on their different sizes, I don't think it's going to be an issue. They're not going to fit if I try and put them in the wrong spot. So I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. The nubs are special on this one. They're undergated, which means you don't actually see them on the outside, but they're there. So they would impede the fit if I didn't clean them out. Okay, so starting with number 7, this one goes here, and you got to have it oriented right because that's obviously wrong. There's a little notch there that I guess is supposed to line up right there. Yeah, it just kind of sits down right like that. Okay. So let's see if I put some glue in here and along here. Let's see how that sits. Feels like a good bond. All right. So next one is B13. It's this guy. It's going to sit like that. Yep, there we go. Next is B14, the longest one. Fits in like that. Or does it? There we go. Didn't have it locked in. There we go. And then our last one is going to go right here on the tip. Making it tricky because of our little mirror that we just installed. But there we go. Just like that. Okay, so this has been on here for a minute or two. Let's see. it wants to lift, so back you go. And I'm going to go a little extra thin. Okay, so that is it for the, oh no, it's not it. We need B20, our engine cover. And other than the skirting, that's it for this tree. All right. So we want this to go with this nub facing forward, and it's going to go in right here and give us our cover. But we need to utilize our mesh. Remember this metal mesh from episode 1? This guy here, if I put it over here, now you can see it, metal mesh. That has to go in between the two pieces. And it's just going to sit like this. So let's see if I just drop it down on here. Fits in there perfect. And then I just take this and drop it down. And we've made a sandwich and we've got mesh. So I will just take my extra thin and liberally run it around. And that ought to do it. There we go. So there is our upper hull. And that's it. So we're going to now be moving on to the turret. So we're just going to set this aside. Just lay it down right here. So not to disturb anything else. And we're going to move on to the turret. So we got to grab our big turret piece. That's this guy. We're going to remove it from the sprue. Clean that up. Might be about time for me to change my blade on my hobby knife. I think I've built like 5 kits now since changing the blade. It might be time. Finally. Okay, so we're going to start with this. We got to grab some stuff off of our C tree and a piece off of our D. So, C. Where are we here? Here's our C tree. So we want to start with C10. C10, that's a Chevy pickup truck, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong. And then we want C7 and 9 and 32. There's 7. And we want 9. Where are you, 9? Right here. And then 32. I see 31 and 30. It's going to look like a key. 32 over here. Okay. So we got those 3 parts, and then we need D20. This looks like my D. It is. Number 20. This little guy right here. Okay. Sorry, I keep sniffling. I mean, we need to take some vitamin C. Bit of a runny nose today. Okay, so this is going to go in right in this slot right here. Not sure what the purpose is, but it's got to go in like that. Okay, so throw some glue on it and put it in there. Why they want this in there, I don't know. Now they're mentioning here in the instructions that the inside is supposed to be flat white. Inside, flat white. And you've got to note the direction of this thing. So we're looking at this like that, and this is going to go in right here. Doesn't really fit. They are showing it going right there. Ah, it does. You get it just in this little bit of a groove in there. It will slide and goes all the way down, just like that. Now they're mentioning, I guess this side you're supposed to paint white. So, and do I have it facing the right direction? If I do it like this, it is supposed to go like this. So it's a good thing I dry fitted it first, because it's supposed to go this direction, like that. With this, I don't know what this thing is, some kind of radiator or maybe an air conditioner facing towards the top of the turret. So I didn't clean that up enough. Okay, so that's in there. I'm gonna throw some glue on it. So that it stays put. There we go. Okay, now we want to take, we're going to put this on last. According to this, put this on last. Okay, so we'll just clean it up first and then put it aside. We have these two. Now this is some kind of a hinge, and it's going to go in like this on here. Oh, I know what this is. It's for, there's going to be a door and it's going to be able to open it up, and so you can see the inside. That's the whole idea of this. So it's going to go in there, and then this is going to go on top, but we're only going to glue this here where it attaches. So that's what that's all about. So with the tight fit of this, I might be able to just set it dry and hold together. Just make sure it's all cleaned up proper. And let's see if I can get this together. Put our little hinge assembly. It's not cooperating, so put it there first. And then get it in there, position that down. There we go. So we're not going to glue the actual hinge. It's got to be able to rotate. So I'm only gluing it here. So super thin to the rescue on this. Done. So that's done. And now we can put this piece on, which is going to fit in. We've got two little pins going into two little holes. So just do that. it up. Line it up. Get in there. There we go. Wonder, I got it all upside down. No wonder it didn't line up. Which means I need to re-glue it. This actually goes over the hinge mechanism. There we go. Now it lines up. That's kind of a good way to do it. Now it adds a little bit of structure to this to not pull out so easy. So that's good. Okay. I know you can't really see too much because it's dark green. All this up here, this little mechanism and hinge, where you can get that, and that comes out and it rotates this little piece here. Okay, so I apologize. They molded this thing in very dark olive drab color, and so can't really do much with it. Okay, and that's going to be temporarily done with this, as we're going to move on to the two Oerlikon 35mm automatic cannons. And so we're grabbing our D again. We're going to start with D24. So we want 24 right here. We're going to get our barrel D17, which we're going to be very careful on what we cut off on our barrel. There we go. We need D23. There's actually two of them, so just pick one. We're going to need D28, which is going to be this guy. And we want D13, which is going to be the top. And we want D15 and 26. It's 15, and we want 26. Okay, so this will be one side, okay? Big piece of flashing on there. It's very rare for Tamiya to have flashing on their stuff, but yeah. At least I don't encounter much of it anyway, right? Oh. Hi, Mega Boy. I got a chatter today. These weekend streams, you know, especially in the evenings, I don't really get very many people chatting, which is fine. I'm kind of used to it now. This little nub in here is going to be a challenge, because this is kind of delicate and I want to clean that out of there. So I'll just we'll shave it little by little, clean that out. There we go. Okay. Check for nubs on here that I didn't clean properly. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so right off the bat, we're going to take this guy, and he's going to go on the end of this, like so. Just like that. And that'll complete that. That gives us our tip of the barrel. Okay, so while that's going to set, I'll just set it right there, and I'll clean these other pieces up. I am happy that I need to paint this because these nub marks are going to be awful looking and would be very noticeable if I was just planning on leaving this the base color and not painting it. But realistically, who does that anymore, you know? Unless you're, I don't know, you're a kid. I feel like as you get older and more into doing models, you wind up painting them more than anything. And then it doesn't matter what color they're molded in because you wind up painting it even if it's going to be the exact same color. Which is kind of funny, you know. Even if you know, it's molded in, I don't know, let's say it's molded in white and you're planning on it being white. You want it white. You still wind up painting it because the plastic molds are never perfect. And the case in point, this guy right here. Right here is a flaw in the molding process that you can see. When I shine it right at the light, right there, you can see about halfway down, there's a flaw in that. It's not the same. Now, if you paint it and you don't put primer down, that will actually even show through the paint. And, well, ain't nobody got time for that. It looks like crap. Okay, so we're going to take this, we're going to put a barrel on. Barrel's going to go in these two holes. Just like that. I want to put some glue on it first. So there's our barrel. Okay, let's make a sandwich. And take this piece and it's going to go like that. Now, if I was a stickler and I really wanted this thing to look perfect, I'd want to file that down and sand it and get rid of that seam mark. But fact of the matter is, it's not that important. This piece is not perfectly molded together, so they want to kind of pull apart, which is why I added the super thin, because my super thin I use is fast acting. So it holds it together nice and quickly. Don't quite have it lined up perfect. Okay, let's put their lid on it. The lid's going to go like this. Just like so. All right. So that's that. We have our big piece here. Looks like it's going to go like this. Align these two tabs. One smaller than the other, so that makes you, forces you to put it in only one direction. I imagine that also helps you determine left and right. And then we got our final piece. This is going to go on the back, on the other side. Looks like similar thing. We got a small hole and a big hole, so that this only goes on in one way. Let's see if I got it right. Yep. But I got to clean the nub marks on that. This doesn't look very good. Just another reason why I'm glad it's painting. It's getting painted. All right. That's one gun done. One gun done. Just like that. One. So, just looking at my time here, what have I got? Yeah. So, should be able to get the second one done, and then maybe I gotta get going. So let's see. Let's grab our D again, because this is where all the parts come from. This guy, this guy, and then this guy, this guy, this guy, and our gun barrel. And our barrel tip. All right. Cleanup time. Ow. This German gun is trying to hurt me. Judging by the way I said ow, it did hurt me. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, got some flashing here. That's one reason why it doesn't look that great. It's got a little bit of flashing on the edge. Okay, last two pieces. I seem to have been able to clean this up pretty good. That's good. So there's this one. again, we've got this little nub that's right in between these two little arms. So to shave little bit by little bit, get rid of it. So I accidentally bend it a little bit. That's not good. Oh yeah, that looks all right. Okay, so let's get this piece on. Just like the last one. Sits just like that. All right. Okay, set that down for a moment. Grab this one, put some glue in there so the barrel will glue in nice. Because if you don't put glue, it won't glue in. There we go, nice and firm. I'm taking a bit of a risk by not test fitting this first. This kit having been built or has been molded in 1977, it's Tamiya 1977 technology, and it's not the greatest, but it's still pretty good. Okay, let's put our lid on. Going all the way around. Sure we got a good seal. Now the difference between the left and the right is how this all goes together. So this one, this piece goes on this side. Just like that. And then our big piece goes on this side. And there we have our two barrels. I had some glue on my fingers, so I tried to imprint my fingerprint on the side of this, but fortunately I caught it in time and I didn't really do any damage. So fantastic. So there's our other barrel, our other gun. Okay, so these are obviously going to set together eventually like this. I believe there's a piece that goes in the middle to connect them. So let's take a look at the next page, because that's it for this page. Let me get my little nubs cleaned up here. So that was step 6. Step 7. Step 7 is our radar, or still on our turrets, but we're on the commander's hatch, the tracking radar dome, and the search radar antenna. But looking at the time, I'm going to have to get going. So that's going to have to be next time. So, yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. Time for my pitch. Head on over to my Twitch channel. I'll put links in the description box below. Head on over there and check me out. Follow me on Twitch and then have a conversation with me. It'd be great to be able to chat with you guys while I'm doing this. It'd be really nice, at least for me anyway. If you haven't already subscribed to me on YouTube, why not do that? Hit that subscribe button. It doesn't hurt you at all. And hit the like button too. That would be great if you like this kind of stuff. I mean, if you don't like this stuff, what are you watching this for? Especially up until this point. And if you've made it up until this point, then congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. And subscribe. Please subscribe. I know that 81% of you guys who watch my videos are not subscribed. Just hit that button over there. It doesn't cost you anything. Anyway, that's enough of that for now. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and thanks for coming out. And as I said before, I'll put links down to my other things, Instagram and Twitch, down in the description box. Thanks again for watching, and thanks for coming out. And we'll see you all in the next one.